Soldiers move to the lane with a hex bar loaded with the soldier's target weight for the 3-repetition maximum deadlift event. A grader takes a soldier's scoring card, Department of the Army Form 705. On the command of Get Set, the soldier steps into the bar and assumes the straddle stance with ankle centered inside the hex bar and aligned with the midpoint of the hex bar handles. The soldier will bend at the knees and hips, reaching down to grasp the center of the handles. Arms should be straight, back flat, head in line with the spine or neck slightly extended, and feet flat on the floor. Any preparatory movements are performed at this point to include setting shoulder, hand, and foot positions. While firmly gripping the bar, and while keeping the spine straight, the soldier will straighten the knees, hips, and trunk, lifting the weight until reaching an upright stance. After a short pause in the upright position, the soldier lowers the weight, under control, until it rests on the ground. This movement is repeated 2 more times to complete the event. If the soldier fails to lift 3 times successfully, he or she will move to a lighter weight for 1 more attempt.
Start the exercise in the straddle stance, holding a weighted ball in both hands. Face away from the direction of the throw. The grader checks that both of the soldier's feet will remain behind the start line throughout the event. The grader checks that the lane is clear and the scorer is ready. The soldier performs several preparation movements prior to throwing the ball. These movements may include flexing the knees and hips while lowering the ball towards the ground before moving it overhead. While firmly gripping the ball, forcefully extend the legs and trunk and arms before throwing the ball backwards over the head. The soldier's feet may leave the ground, but they cannot cross the start line. The start line is where the 0 point on the tape measure is positioned and from where the throw is measured. After 1 practice throw, the soldier repeats the throw 2 more times. The longest throw counts for record. The starting position for the hand release push-up is the prone position with hands flat on the ground beneath the shoulders. Feet will be together or up to boot width apart. Head will be off the ground. Arms may be away from the trunk. On the command Go, the first movement performed is a push-up from the ground into the front leaning rest. This movement ends when both elbows are fully extended. The legs and the trunk must leave the ground at the same time as 1 unit. The legs, trunk, and head must remain in a straight line throughout the exercise. The second movement is a return to the starting position. The third movement is the hand release. Without moving the head, body, or legs, the soldier will lift both hands from the ground at the same time. A clear gap between the palms and the ground must be visible to the grader so that the grader knows that the soldier has released his or her hands from the ground. The fourth movement occurs as the hands return to the ground under the shoulders. This fourth movement completes 1 repetition of the hand release push-up. Here is the exercise conducted to standard in real time, illustrating the authorized rest position and changes in speed.
On the command of Go, the soldier moves quickly from the prone starting position to sprint down to the turnaround line. At the turnaround line, the soldier must touch at or beyond the line with a hand before sprinting back to the start line to complete the first lap. The second lap is a backward drag of a 90-pound sled. At the start line, the soldier grasps the sled strap handles and moves backwards quickly down to the turnaround line. At the turnaround line, the whole sled must cross the line before the soldier is allowed to move back to the start line. The third lap is the lateral, the same exercise performed in Military Movement Drill 1. The soldier will move to the left going out on the lap and to the right when coming back. The soldier must remain slightly crouched with the hands positioned palms out in front of the chest. The soldier's feet must not cross and must remain parallel to each other and perpendicular to the direction of travel. The soldier can move quickly, bounding from the ground, but must maintain hand and feet positions. At the turnaround line, the soldier must touch the line with the left hand before performing the lateral to the right to return to the start line. The fourth lap is a loaded carry with a 40-pound kettlebell in each hand. The soldier moves quickly down the lane before touching the turnaround line with either the left or right foot. The soldier returns to the start line with the kettlebells, placing, not dropping them, on the ground to complete the fourth lap. The fifth and final lap is a sprint, touching with either hand at the turnaround line before sprinting back to complete the 250-meter event. Soldiers' times are taken as they cross the line. The starting position for the leg tuck is the straight arm hang using the alternating grip with the body perpendicular to the bar. Feet are off the ground and uncrossed so that the soldier is prepared to land safely on the ground if he or she drops from the bar. The soldier must return under control to the start position in order for the repetition to count. The soldier's body should remain perpendicular to the bar throughout the motion. Body movement or swinging should be controlled to a minimum to replicate actual rope, wall, or rock climbing. Controlled movement improves strength, skill, and safety. If the soldier drops from the bar without pausing in the starting position, the straight arm hang, that final attempt will not count.
Soldiers will complete the mandated rest period before they begin the 2-mile run.